Hello students, once again welcome back to English Literature Classroom. Today I am going to give question answer of the poem Tithonus written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Before giving the question answer, let me tell you something about the poet and the poem. Alfred Tennyson was one of the greatest Victorian poets. His sorry, he was one of the foremost poets of the 19th century. His mastery over rhyme, rhythm, and word, music, and poetry makes him the most accomplished users of the English language. Now, this poem, Tithonus, it is regarded as the perfect specimen of poetic workmanship in all Tennyson's poem. It's a dramatic monologue. Now, what is the meaning of dramatic monologue? It means that when the speaker is speaking something and there is no other person speaking. Okay? This type of poem is referred to as dramatic monologue. Now, in this poem, Tithonus, only Tithonus is speaking. Clear? Therefore, it is dramatic monologue. It's a dramatic monologue of Tithonus. According to the Greek mythology, the Trojan prince Tithonus was the beloved of Eos, the goddess of dawn. Eos, on Tithonus' demand, gave him the gift of immortality but did not give him immortal youth. Hence, Tithonus' gift turned into a curse for him as he aged, becoming frail and weak but never died. Now, let me tell you something more about this poem. Clear? Now, in this entire poem, okay, it's about the plight of the central character in the poem Tithonus, okay, who was cursed to an immortal life, okay. Now, Tennyson originally wrote this poem in 1833 as Tithon and completed it in 1859 under its full name Tithonus. Okay, it is based on an ancient Greek myth. Okay, this poem is based on ancient Greek myth. Now, now, Tennyson, sorry, not Tennyson, uh, Goddess of Dawn, okay, Goddess of the Dawn, Eos, was inspired by the love of human beings. Her most favorite was Tithonus, okay. She took him away and prevailed on Zeus to grant him immortality. However, she forgot to request Zeus to grant him eternal youth together with immortality. After some time, she realized that he was growing old when his hair was quite white. She left his company. He still had the accommodation in a place, living on ambrosial food and was clothed in regal garments. When he lost the power of using his limbs, she shut him up in his chamber, from where his feeble voice could be heard. Finally, she turned him into a grasshopper. In Tennyson's version of this myth, it's not Zeus that grants immortality to Tithonus, but Eos herself. Okay, in this poem, it is a little bit different. Okay, since Eos does not grant him eternal youth, Tithonus continues to grow old without the power to die. Doesn't Tennyson's poem Tithonus laments his alienation from human beings, provide a requiem for his lost youth and beauty, and vainly implores the goddess of dawn, that is Eos, to back her gift of immortality. Okay, now let's start the question answer. Now, my first question is, how does the poet carry out the theme of the futility of the desire for immortality? Answer: the poem Tithonus is regarded as the perfect specimen of poetic workmanship in all Tennyson's poem. It is a dramatic monologue of Tithonus. According to the Greek mythology, the Trojan prince Tithonus was the beloved of Eos, the goddess of dawn. Eos, on Tithonus' demand, gave him the gift of immortality, but did not give him immortal youth. Hence, Tithonus' gifts turned into a curse for him as he became aged, but he has to remain with goddess Eos, who had everlasting youth. According to Tithonus, once he was so glorious in his beauty that the goddess of dawn, Eos herself, chose him. However, being a human, Tithonus feared death and perhaps thereby losing Eos. So he begged to Eos to grant him the gift of immortality, which she did. But he did not pair it with the gift of eternal youthfulness. So relentless time did its work. It beat him down, deprived him of his youthfulness, strength, and charm, and turned him into a white haired shadow, roaming like a dream. It maimed him to live in the company of Eos, everlasting youth. At that moment, he realized his mistake. As a figure that was neither human nor divine, Tithonus found himself excluded from the natural order of things, where, where living dies after some time. Tithonus felt himself not only excluded from humanity but from even his former self. He realized the fact that even the gods themselves cannot recall their gift, which made him all the more miserable. He became envious of happy men that have the power to die. By using Tithonus as an object lesson, Tennyson has suggested that eternal life may be a curse than blessing. Up to this much. Okay? Now, this is a 10 marks question. Clear? You can add few more points also. Okay? Up to this much only. Today I am concluding my video. In my next video I am going to bring something new. Until then, goodbye.